Just this part. Guys, okay. Isn't this how far the value is from the mean? What is a word for how far a value is from the mean? Oh, those are the deviations. There's my deviations, and there's my deviations squared. And so write them down. So make sure you label home. What's the first value for a home team? Alright, that's right here. What's the next one? How many of those? 2. Okay. Make sure that you are paying attention to these details. 67. Then? 68. 69. 70. 70. 71 and 71. You just write those values out.
But I wasn't sure.
Do something. We can fix it later. The only thing that's ever going to frustrate me is doing nothing.
I did, but I had forgot to double more than one.
Gotcha. Yeah, so remember, there are 2 at 66, so we would put them twice. All right, and so away, same table. And so what are we going to have to do to fill out the second column of each table? What do we need to calculate? The average, the mean. Now, you don't have to, but I need you to hear me very clearly on this. I would, and I do, write out the formula for mean every single time. One, the more often you write out the formula, you know what's going to happen? You're going to memorize it. You're going to remember it better. Write out the formula and remind yourself of what it means. What is the mean formula? X bar is equal to? Sigma. What does that bar mean again? So not over n, divided by n. Okay. And just take the time to write it out. Because here's the thing. Is it a pain in the butt writing it out? Yes. Will it help make sure you don't make a mistake? Yes. Take the extra time to write out that formula, and then write it all the way out. Plus 67, plus 67, plus 68, right? Divided by, as I put dot, 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 I ran out of room, you should write it all the way out. What is n?
10.
Check those x's again. How many x's are there?
10.
There should be 10.
Oh yeah.
But wouldn't it be minus 1?
So remember, the minus 1 is only a part of standard deviation. Right? Notice it's n for mean. It's n minus 1 for standard deviation. You would find out why if you take an AP Stats class. Don't sweat it right now. You just need to know that it's divided by n minus 1 for standard deviation. It's divided by n for a mean. Okay? You look like you're struggling with why. Don't worry why. Just know the difference that n minus 1 is for standard deviation. N is for the mean. Okay? Alright, let's keep working. Let's get those standard deviations. Let's get to work. Yes, sir.
So I got 6 on here, and then I try to divide it by 10, but it just gave me.
Hit Control Enter. Yeah. To get that average, you would have to hit Control Enter or put a decimal somewhere. We talked about that before.
Yes, we have. Got it.
Let's keep that to work.
Got the same. Both. Yeah, because like,
Yeah, remember you can do it either way.
This,
The decimal,
they're the
you
same.
can either put a decimal in a number or you can hit Control Enter. Either way it works.
What do I do after
Then
You can't hold it. What else have to learn?
this one too. Fine.
Did you put a secret on
For the home team. I'm on the home team.
You said we were.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
No, 50. So 50. Like right here. So it would be 65 minus 58.
You see how the first x is at 66? 6.
That's what,
Yeah.
And then we have 2 67s and 3
But
68s.
we still get
I
that.
don't know how to calculate that. I just figured that.
Because that, we don't have this person 65 and 68, right?
that's like 30 right there, whatever number.
Exactly.
Like
Always
it was
titled.
50,
Just like I did up
got
here.
to death. So it would be 30 minus 50, and that's negative
Yeah,
20.
So this would be 68.
Yes.
I got an answer. 68.
Then, when we get our negative 3.3, then we do parentheses and put a square. Yes, that's the
So one thing I'll point out is, if you just wrote out your formulas, then, and so be careful.
Well,
N minus 1 is what
50
we use for standard deviation.
or that.
N minus 1 is not equal to standard deviation.
Right now, it's 70 minus 68.
yes.
I'm just pointing out that in the standard deviation formula, we use it minus 1.
It'll just start making more sense.
N is always the sample size. But with mean, we just divide by the N, the sample size. In standard deviation, we divide by the sample size minus 1. Yes, sir. No. Because it's just an average. It doesn't have to be a whole number at all. Hey, Ethan, you focused over there, or are you chatting about things not related to this math class? Because you've had that information for a while. Let's get to work on that table. I've been listening to your conversation for a minute, bro. Get to work. Jordan, what you writing down, buddy? Watching's only gonna get you so far. You need to participate. One thing I will caution you, and I would recommend, just like Devin has here, I would write out x sub I minus x bar, and then a square. See how you haven't labeled your things yet? I would label those. Now, look out really quick. Oh, yeah, remember, the square has brackets. This is minus x bar. Remember, the value minus the b, so you can find out how far it is. You need to check that again. What mean did you get? It's 68.3. You can't round it. 68 is minus 68.3. Don't do that. Okay.
I know what the divide button is, but I ain't stupid.
Hey, as a quick point of clarification, your mean is a decimal, and that is okay. Your mean is a decimal, and that is okay. You don't have to have a whole number for the mean.
I will take that.
You hit the division button, bud. Then you hit Control Enter if it doesn't give you a decimal. We've talked about this multiple times. Control. No, release the control and then hit Enter.
Yeah.
Just hit the
The
control.
number
You don't have to
minus
hold it down.
68.3.
Yeah.
You can also put a decimal. And the reason why I'm irritated right now, Ethan, is because you know why you don't know this answer? Because consistently when I have whole class discussion, you're not focused on what we're talking about. You're doodling or other things like that. You're very intelligent. Focus when we're having a whole class discussion. This is a math class. Focus on your math. Is that clear?
I'm just checking my. You do You do 65, subtract 60. You gotta do the smaller number.
You don't have to do the smaller number. It's always value minus mean.
Well, so it's value.
The value is whatever's in the leftmost column.
Our value is 56, and the mean is the number we got. So we just subtract that value. Like the problem, X. I mean, it wouldn't matter if it was it was negative yesterday.
This row and square it, so you do parentheses, negative 3.3.
You go to the other side.
Hey, by the way, did y'all figure out what the averages are? What are they?
68.
The averages were the same.
No, wait a minute.
Check your numbers again. The averages were exactly the same, and that was by design.
Where does it?
I added up all the numbers divided by 10.
Average would be 68.3.
Unless I did something wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
Oh, third. Okay, then once you, like for example, 65 minus 68.3 equals negative 3.3. Then you put it in parentheses, and then you square root it with 2.
That's the same answer again.
So like,
Oh yeah, 23.5.
Oh, it is right here.
68.3 was negative 3.3. Then I parentheses it. And then that will be the
I've
right.
gotten that far because people are struggling on getting the mean. We'll find out in a second. I will teach you how to check yourself soon.
Or visiting and
Went through that entire conversation about math over there? Alright, do we all get 68.3?
yes.
Guys, we gotta move more quickly. It's been entirely too long to get an average. And then this is just a matter of the value minus the mean. So literally you're taking 65, that's what x sub I is, and subtracting what? What's 65 minus 68.3?
Negative 3.3.
Now 66 minus 68.3.
Negative 2.3.
We literally just did it.
Negative 2.3. Negative 1.3.
I want to pause. I want to point this out. I know y'all aren't as proficient in math as me, but this isn't taking me very long, is it?
No.
Come on. Use your brain and think through this. I know you're capable of more, but you want to sit there and just struggle with it. Beat your head against the wall instead of making it as easy as it is. Follow? This is why you label the columns x sub I minus x bar. It's right there. 68 minus 68.3.
0.3.
Close.
Wait, they're gonna be negative 0.
What? Pick up a calculator and check, bud.
Oh.
69 minus 68.3. Next one. Okay? Speaking of a calculator, doing those calculations. And there's no way, I would highly doubt you would know these numbers off the top of your head. Negative 3.3 squared though. We got calculators, exactly. 10.89. Anybody want to push back on that, add on to it, or ask a question about that? So everyone got 10.89? I would go to the hundredths. Okay? Alright, no questions, moving on. Next one. Remember, it literally just tells me to square the previous column.
5.29.
5.29, so the next one is also,
5.29.
okay?
1.69. 0.09. 0.49. 2.89. 2.89.
Pretty confident she already did these because I asked y'all to.
7.29 and then 7.29.
Boom. Go ahead and finish up the away. We should be done with this in about 2 minutes. Let's get the away section done within the. By the way, we have not finished the standard deviation. I just want both of your tables filled out. Let's get to work.
I was confused on the question. The last thing, I'm not sure if we gotta divide. Well, I know we gotta add, but I'm not sure if we're supposed to divide.
You add them first. Look at the formula. It's the sum of all those squares. You see how it has the sigma and then all those squares? So you add up all your squares.
Oh,
I mean 0.7. Yeah. No, wait. The 0.7 is
I want to pause and I want to point this out. I need y'all to stop. Listen up. Hey Trent, you see how I'm talking in front of the room? I need you to pay attention. Did you know I did that entire second column without a calculator? Do you all know how I did that? Oh, because they're all the same exact values as what we saw over here. Why are we picking up a calculator for this stuff? When the value is 66, what was the difference? Negative 2.3, right? Guys, don't make this harder than it has to be. If they were different means, would I have to pick up a calculator? Yes, they're exactly the same means. So again with the squares, when it was negative 2.3, what was the squared value? 5.29, right? Okay, get your values written down. We never get into the fun stuff because y'all are just moving so slow. There's a fun and easy way to do this, but I need y'all to pick it up. Y'all want to wait on me to give you the answers. That's not how learning works.
Oh yeah, the 0.09 just equals.
Get the square root column. That's the squared column. That's not squared. 0.49. See what I'm talking about?
Do you want to?
That's a great question. So let's bring it together for a small conversation really quickly. Cody just asked, hey, do you want me to add up the third column altogether? What do y'all think?
Yes.
Look at the formula. I'm not going to give you the table, but I will give you this formula. Once you have all of these squares, what do you need to do?
Square root them.
No. I have the squares. I only have what's boxed. What do I still need?
The sigma.
I need, which means what? The sums. So like off to the side of each side, I would write out the sum of x of I minus x bar squared equals, use your calculator, sum all those together. What is that sum? It's just the squares, sum them up.
There we go. Like all kinds of music, because music is music. It's now determining the standard deviation. Yes, I never noticed that. I don't even need to watch the movie. I didn't even need to watch the movie. Just to know that he's dead.
Okay? So what was our sum for the home team?
44.1?
Yes, 44 points.
Does everybody agree, or does anybody want to push back on that? For home, 44.1. Caitlin? That's not what you got? Okay. Kyla? Huh? You good? Hey, Jaden, you involved in this conversation? Is that the mean you, or the sum you got? What's the sum supposed to be, Jaden? It looks like you weren't involved in that conversation. Pay attention. I can't teach you if you're not involved. The sum is 44.1 for the home team. What's the sum for the away team?
20.1.
I did not get 26.
No, it is 26.
What was the sum for the away team?
20.1.
I got 20.1 as well. Okay? Once I have that, it's easier to go to the formula. S is equal to the square root of the sum, and I'm always going to write my formula out. It'll help me remember it. So what is going to take the place of that sum for the away team? No. What's going to take the place of the sum for the away team? 20.1 is the away team. I know, that's why I said away team. Divided by 9. Remember, n is the sample size, or how many values? Minus 1 is 9. So what's the standard deviation for the away team? 1.49. By the way, let's put those units with it. 1.49 what? Inches. Okay? For the home team, what's going to take the place of the sum? Okay, that's where the 44.1 shows up. What's going to take the place of n minus 1? 9. So what is S there?
2.21359.
What is it?
2.21359.
2.21. I'll just go to hundredths. 2.21 inches. Okay? Somebody put a star next to this problem and say, put interpret. Because I want to take some time to talk about interpreting this tomorrow, but before that, I want to show you how to easily use the calculator to our advantage. So pick up your calculator. Here's what you will need to do. You will need to create a new page. Anyone remember how to do that?
No.
Not doc.
Oh.
Look above doc. What does it say above doc? In gray. See, so look at the doc button. In gray above it, it says plus page, right? So hit control and then doc. This is what you should see. Anybody need me to show that? Say again, Anaya?
Show it again.
Everybody see this page right here, this part?
I don't see anything.
Oh, sorry.
Stay with
It
me.
should have gone to duplicated, didn't it? Okay, do you see it now?
No.
Yes.
Joey, hit control
I am.
and then hit the dock button.
I am.
You just press control, you don't have to hold it down.
Hey, yeah, Joey, don't hold it. Stop. Joey, release the control button. I said hit it. I didn't say hold it. Press it. Now hit dock. You see it now. What's on the board, bud?
No, I saw.
Okay, hit escape for me. It's just above control. Now hit control and then dock. You see it now. No, because you're on a scratch pad. Guys, you can't be on a scratch pad. Be on a document. So we should see this. Now, you will want to go to list and spreadsheets this time. And there are two things you're going to want to do. First, label that column, because if you don't, you'll get confused. Let's look at the home team. So literally, use the keyboard at the bottom and type out home. And then hit enter when you do. So type out home where it says A, and then hit enter. You know what you're going to do in each of those white boxes? Put the values, that's it. Type the values individually in those white boxes. So you'll put 65, then what? And then what? 66, and then 66, and then there we go, keep it going. 68, 69,
71, 70.
okay. So you should have a total of 10 things in there. All right. Jordan, there should be 0 packing up. You got 2.5 minutes to learn. Now, what button am I going to press to be able to do operations on this calculator? There's one button, I guess y'all haven't done much with this yet. There's one button that does pretty much everything. Menu. Hit the menu button. You see how it has a whole bunch of operations there? Okay. Do you see any of those operations that might be something we want to look at? You see right next to number 4, statistics, how it has X bar for mean? Go to statistics. Then go to stat calculations.
June 218, every Thursday morning at 7:40. Everyone is welcome.
Just click on it.
Freshman and senior class
And then go up to one variable statistics.
Both meetings will
Once
begin
you
at
click on one variable, Yes, remember the list is just one.
After school today. Please be sure to have this.
And put, for X list, type out home, the variable that you put in there, and hit OK.
After school today in the library. The meeting should only last about 15 minutes.
What?
If you invite a member, please report to the library after school.
So type out home.
There will be a mandatory National Honor Society meeting tomorrow at 5:30 in the meeting. Also, if you're interested in being on audition meeting, the first meeting will be tomorrow at 6 in the library. If you have any questions, please email me.
Yeah.
Hey, gang.
What? Yeah. Okay. Why are you even asking? Y'all are already packing. No, that's the wrong mentality.
Have a wonderful Wednesday, and be like that.
I need y'all to hear me very clearly on this. We are going to have our understanding check tomorrow. We are going to take about 15-20 minutes to finish up this problem, and then you're doing your understanding check, and then we are going to finish learning this unit on Friday. You will test on Tuesday, the day after Labor Day, because I can't wait any longer. Y'all need to start studying and looking through these lessons. It's these 3 lessons, and then talking about categorical data, numerical data, statistical questions, non-statistical questions. Right, Brooklyn? Yes, Jody. We're almost there.
I don't know his name.
And it's going in the list. And you just type out the variables. So you type out home.
Who's studying standard deviation?
No, not there. You're looking for stat calculations.
Mr. Kenny,
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
we studied standard deviation?
okay, I
Started it.
No, we studied it.
Yes. Yes.
I did.
You need to name it. If you don't name it, you can't do the stat calculations. Nope. Type out home and hit enter.
He just kept asking me for definition.
So, home. I got you. Now that you've labeled it, you can type it in. Wasn't that our average?
Yes, sir.
Was that our standard deviation, 2.21? Notice it also gives me my minimum, my first quartile, median, third quartile, maximum. Okay.
Now.
Ethan, thanks for grabbing those. In the future, don't grab